I don't really know what I'm looking at when I do. I think I'm probably looking at the ores, or I should be. Did I just glitch it? Shit. This feels monotonous. Especially when you fuck up, it's just like... Video games. Somehow didn't discover this. If I could see my character, I bet I'd be T-posing right there. Just gonna throw that out there.
I would rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to myself than be crowded on a velvet cushion.
Oh yeah? Pumpkin. All right, well, food. I have to wait. Oh, great, a flute.
This flute belonged to John, but it should be yours now. Won't you come play for us? On a lonely path past the railroad tracks, beyond sharp sounds of the ice cutter's axe, I wait for thee with care and patience, in loving remembrance of dear acquaintance. Sophia.
If the day and the night are such that you greet them with joy, and life emits a fragrance like flowers and sweet-scented herbs, is more elastic, more starry, more immortal, that is your success. All nature is your congratulation, and you have cause momentarily to bless yourself.
I need to get some food. I'm kind of curious to know what the fail state for this ultimately is. Do you just die? Do you actually die? I think that's happening when I'm pressing A too fast.
I thought, as I have my living to get, and have not eaten today, that I might go a-fishing. That's the true industry for poets. It is the only trade I have learned.
Fuck me. Nothing is more satisfying than playing a fishing minigame and not getting anything. I think a lot of people would probably point to like the other part of it where you do get something. It's just like, well, as a result. No, not really. Hopefully I can get another fish so we can immediately run back to the house. So I can spawn in Concord and then buy some materials. Ooh, if I can finish this fishing quest, that'd be actually good. Fuck. I feel like it's really ominous when you do this with the lantern lamp. Which one is it? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? There you go. Food me up. That wasn't... I'm not full? I have to be full. Okay, there you go. Cool. Let's see if we can run. Where'd the arrowhead go? Shit. Dude, where'd the arrowhead go? Are you kidding me? Dude, whatever. Okay, I don't care then. I feel like at a certain point that's getting in the way of the game being fun, so whoops.
At night, there was never a traveler passed by my house or knocked at my door, more than if I were the first or last man. I believe that men are generally still a little afraid.
November 1845. Henry, the seasons are turning now, and we all feel the coldness of time. Does the work progress? Do you think it will be done by spring? Have you prepared well for the winter to set in? Love,
No.
Sophia.
More on that later. Shit. That's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just spawn in at Concord and gonna do a bunch of shit there. So it's probably gonna be winter though. That would have meant that I had one day in late. No, okay. Yeah, I guess part of me is just like, I don't want to deal with all this
November
fucking
1840.
bullshit letter stuff too, because it
Sophia.
eats up so much
I
time.
have never felt so badly in my life as the day I refused Henry's letter of proposal. But Father does not approve of his transcendental philosophies and instructed me to refuse in a short, explicit, and cold manner. It is all over now, and I hope that though I have dashed the hopes of both your brothers, we can still remain friends in the end. Ellen.
Dear Ellen, I think
Fuck
of our
you!
time often and hope that we will meet again soon. Till then, I send another poem for you. Two sturdy oaks, which side by
You
side
got great poetry.
withstand the winter's storm, and spite of wind and tide, grow up the meadow's pride, for both are strong. Above they barely touch, but undermined, down to their deepest source, admiring, you shall find.
Don't let Ellen's rejection of your offer come between you, Henry. It's a terrible blow. I know you and John both cared for her deeply, but think if she had accepted one and left the other to watch their happiness from the outside.
Yeah, fuck that other guy.
To turn you both down was the kindest thing she could do. And you still have John and I.
Yeah,
and
great,
our
thanks.
beloved woods to
You still have us.
One afternoon, near the end of the first summer, when I went to the village to get a shoe from the cobblers, I was seized and put into jail. Because, as I have elsewhere related, I did not pay a tax to, or recognize the authority of, the state which buys and sells men, women, and children like cattle at the door of its Senate house. I had gone down to the woods for other purposes, but wherever a man goes, men will pursue and paw him with their dirty institutions and, if they can, constrain him to belong to their desperate oddfellow society. Under a government which imprisons any unjustly, the true place for a just man is also a prison.
Civil disobedience. Fantastic.
I have paid no poll tax for 6 years. I was put into a jail once on this account for one night, and as I stood considering the walls of solid stone, 2 or 3 feet thick, the door of wood and iron, a foot thick, and the iron grating which strained the light, I could not help being struck with the foolishness of that institution which treated me as if I were mere flesh and blood and bones to be locked up. I did not for a moment feel confined, and the wall seemed a great waste of stone and mortar.
Fascinating.
Good day, Henry.
Yo,
Hello.
What up?
What can I do for you?
I need need a woodshed, food jar. Let's pay them bills. And another food jar. This isn't permanent. Oh, I should have grabbed the fucking fishing rod thing. Yeah, none of these are permanent, so I don't really care about any of this, really. Who cares? Oh, I guess the taxes were just to establish that they existed. So, I'll go do that eventually.
Ah, there you are, Henry. I think your sister was just in and collected a letter from your old friend Miss Sewell. We haven't seen her much recently.
Precise survey of the western boundary. $1. Fuck.
Dear Mr. Thoreau, thank you for the fish specimens you recently sent. Professor Agassiz was highly delighted with them. Some of the species he has seen before, but never in such fresh condition. He would be very interested in the other species you suggested. Should you be able to provide them, we could pay $5 apiece for the mink and fox, and $1 apiece for the mice and hares. 3 white-footed mice.
Oh my god,
hares.
$5 a piece?
Have not men improved
I didn't
somewhat
think that I could grab
punctuality
those.
since the railroad was invented? Do they not talk and think faster in the depot than they did in the stage office? To do things railroad fashion is now the byword.
That changes everything. Oh, it's the... okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Part of the woods was burned, and though I burned it myself
Oh my gosh.
by accident, I grieved with a grief that lasted longer and was more inconsolable than that of the proprietor.
Can that just happen constantly? Okay. God damn it. The sensitivity on the controller stick is all over the place. I don't understand why I'm really surveying this, considering there's a railroad here. It's all good though. No worries. It's hard because the controller sucks. Fucking shit. I'm barely touching the stick and then it's flying around.
Our inventions are wont to be pretty toys, which distract our attention from serious things. They are but improved means to an unimproved end.
I don't know how you improve the end. Oh my god. This is only hard because the controller makes it hard. I'm not finding it actually difficult to fucking...
We do not ride on the railroad. It rides upon us. The rails are laid on an Irishman or a Yankee man, and they are covered with sand, and the cars run smoothly over them.
I hope the quality of my surveying doesn't come into question. It'll piss me off.
When the farmer has got his house, he may not be the richer but the poorer for it, and it be the house that has got him.
There you go. What up, buddy? I wonder if the purpose of expanding the thing, the food stores though, is that it degrades slower, not necessarily that it has an actually higher capacity. I'll never know. Or I will. Am I at the edge? Oh, that's it right there. Just wanted to be food. Here's a bunch of shit to make your house work.
Here is a keepsake of John for you, drawn from memory, not yet faded. I hope you don't tire of my gifts, as there are more to be found. On the northern shore, where the nighthawks soar, by the fire
Nighthawks.
there, peace and good fare. Love, Sophia.
You know, I need to stop by the house to see if something came in. Fuck. Sometimes this game, dude. Okay, so when we get to the northern part with the house, we need to eat something first. God, oh man. What a bummer this is. I'm hoping that this the meter for the food is more of a relative thing, so we're not actually about to die. That's what I'm worried about. Your Cove. I'm running out of time. Yeah, I mean, I guess the closest comparison that I can really think of is like Firewatch or something like that. You know, Firewatch didn't bother with the idea of you have to eat and you have to, you know, whatever. Your things, the actual day-to-day maintenance of running like the station or whatever, the tower. You know, it's like, oh, it's starting to degrade a little bit. You gotta, you know, slap some logs on there, walk over here and get some supplies, and then, you know, hammer and nail it. So you do it, and then you're gonna run out of, you gotta get all the stuff. And then I think they did a thing of food, but it was so you could actually explore around and not necessarily because you needed food. And I think that's an important distinction that is lost upon this game in some way. Oh shit. Not getting food here is gonna be a real bummer, I'll tell you that. So I think after like maybe 4 fish, it would fill before. Just want the house to crumble. What is he like resisting against, if not a fish? I don't think I understand what's going on there. Oh my god, this is actually killing me. I don't understand. Please help. I'll get one more actual fish, and then this red fucking house icon makes me think it's just gonna spontaneously light on fire. Whatever, apparently it's not that important. Yeah, like I would love to be doing like actual stuff here. And you know, like try and figure out something going on with the whatever, do like my little shit with the letters and the riddles or whatever, but apparently doing this mundane housework is much more important. So the problem for me is that when you start to do this, then that's when you start to get, you know, you start to like lose focus of just like the actually cool, important thing, whatever that might be.
Good, Henry. Mr. Garrison has heard of your sentiments against slavery in our nation. I know that his recent lecture at our Lyceum roused you quite thoroughly. He asks if you won't write something for the Liberator on the topic. I suggest sending this manuscript on slavery in Massachusetts that you left with me recently. It will certainly move many hearts and minds. With thanks, Alcott.
Maybe I could have done another batch of the beans. I feel like it would have been close, but it's okay.
Many thanks, dear Henry. With your help, our friend, Henry Williams, found the supplies left for him and made his way on to town, where he was also assisted by your sister, Sophia.
Where he was
and your
assassinated.
mother. They ministered to him with cheerfulness and devotion, and he is on his way north as I write. It is clear to me that, as Mr. Garrison says, the destiny of the slaves is in the hands of American women. Your friend, A. Bronson Alcott.
Whoa. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Okay, well, I'm just not gonna do any of that and then ever. Good fucking job. What a shit show. Are you serious? Wonder if this thing updates in real time. It's probably because I ran. Which if it is, I don't care. Fuck that. Mail the manuscript. Oh, mail the article to the Liberator. Oh, fuck me. All right, we'll spawn in the town. Oh, yeah, I can just fucking eat this pie. Fuck, yes. And get these clothes. Fuck, yes. And then get these mummers. Fuck yes.
We boast that we belong to the 19th century and are making the most rapid strides of any nation. But consider how little this village does for its own culture. It is time that we had uncommon schools, that we did not leave off our education when we begin to be men and women.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it right now. Oh, this isn't even the thing. Let's walk into the post office first. I'm hoping... Oh, I guess we should go do that. Do I have the $9 for the
Good to
taxes?
see you, Henry.
Ah,
What
good
can I do
morning.
for you?
No, fuck. Okay, let's leave this way. And then we'll do that surveying thing. Yeah, I guess there's actually more in the pool for the food. So you can put more, because the pie filled it up before, but now it didn't look like. What up, dog? Did they want a dog? Mice, hair, minx. I don't even think I've seen a minx. I need to stop at my house though, shit. Yo, we could pick up these, yeah, I probably could have finished another, Another batch of the beans? Huh. Well, now I know. Which direction is my house? This way, I think. What up, dog? I'm trying to pet you. Fuck. That should be like right here. Fudge. How do I capture this hair? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I don't understand. Okay, we're not doing it then. Fuck. Fuck that, dude. Like my person touched a tree and it was just like, oh, I don't want the money.
The hares were very familiar. They used to come round my door at dusk to nibble the potato parings which I had thrown out, and were so nearly the color of the ground that they could hardly be distinguished when still.
Hardly. Actually, no, we'll probably. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Do I just like fucking, what am I supposed to do? I guess I don't run at it. Never had to do this before, and then they're just like, okay, well, whatever. I just don't care. Just not gonna do it. Can I abandon that quest? I feel like fishing is one thing, but catching a hare is another thing. Oh, nice. We're harvesting food. What up? This is what they intended for you to do, right? I feel like my initial idea of how this was gonna work is much better than this. Like you collect the same amount of food, but it just lasts longer. Because now this just means I'm gonna be doing this activity for longer when I do it. Although I should probably just go fish. This is where having the improved fishing would be better. Or why don't they just make it so you're just like, I'm gonna chop down these trees and then you just get all of it. Cause I mean, I could keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm feeling very inspired. This is what I wanted to do, right? My character was just like, yeah, this is what I envision doing. Just standing next to this bush and then hitting the A button. Okay, did it. Fuck yeah. here we go. I'm gonna see if I can just grab the mouse real fast while we do this. Fuck yeah, we can.
East of my bean field had once lived Cato Ingraham, slave of Duncan Ingraham. Cato's half-obliterated cellar hole still remains, though known to few, being concealed from the traveler by a fringe of pines.
I don't know why the controller sensitivity is so wonky for this. But then the mouse sensitivity is like fucking fine.
At a certain season of our life, we are accustomed to consider every spot as the possible site of a house. I have thus surveyed the country on every side within a dozen miles of where I live. In imagination, I have bought all the farms in succession, for all were to be bought, and I knew their price. I walked over each farmer's premises, tasted his wild apples, discoursed on husbandry with him, took his farm at his price, at any price, mortgaging it to him in my mind.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you, rabbit. Does he eventually get tired? Like, I really don't know what you're supposed to be doing there. What? Was that it? Oh, no. Just disappeared. That's not where the last flag was, right? Okay, since it completely disorients me, I'm not even gonna try to find the flag. I'm just gonna grab it and then we'll find the flag in the menu. They probably purposefully made it a little bit difficult, if I had to guess. Okay, so $9 is what I need to save just to do those taxes, so I'll get busy with chores until as such time where I'll just spend the entire tomorrow doing all the maintenance on the place, and then I'll just try to make that money. Maybe like cutting wood.
In the long run, men hit only what they aim at. Therefore, though they should fail immediately, they had better aim at something high.
Very inspirational.
Our game is fading fast, but still a few bright spots left. A heaven of
I'm
wild.
sorry, God.
The true harvest of my daily life is somewhat as intangible and indescribable as the tints of morning or evening. It is a little stardust caught, a segment of the rainbow which I have clutched. Perchance the first who came to this well have left some trace of their footsteps. I have been surprised to detect encircling the pond, even where a thick wood has just been cut down on the shore, a narrow shelf-like path in the steep hillside, alternately rising and falling. Whatever my own practice may be, I have no doubt that it is a part of the destiny of the human race, in its gradual improvement, to leave off eating it. Shall I go to heaven or a fishing? If I should soon
Oh,
bring
God, it looks
this
like a hand
meditation
there.
to an end, would another so sweet occasion be likely to offer? There have been caught in Walden pickerel, perch, and pouts, some of each weighing over 2 pounds, shiners, chivens, or roach, a very few breams, and a couple of eel. Its pickerel, though not abundant, are its chief boast.
Eel? Okay. We're just gonna go this way and then just try to get to that other thing. Apparently I'm running out of firewood. Can't walk through these bushes, sorry.
Like many of my contemporaries,
Apparently,
I had rarely
no
for
one
many
being at the
years
house
used
means
animal
that we
food
went
or
through whatever,
tea
like
or
45
coffee,
fucking
etc.
logs.
Not so much because of any ill effects which I had traced to them, as because they were not agreeable to my imagination. It appeared more beautiful to live low and fare hard in many respects.
I find it weird that we're not finding anything that qualifies as firewood in the random bits of the forest. Like, it has to be this, like, driftwood stuff. Okay, well, we're gonna have to fucking cut through. It's probably, like, right this way. I'm trying to hurry. God. Oh, God, please. I hate this. I don't care. I guess we can spawn where I am. Sure. I just... Dude, like, that pissed me off. It's probably winter.
Winter has arrived, and a regular snowstorm has commenced. Fine flakes falling steadily, and rapidly whitening all the landscape. In half an hour, the russet earth is painted white even to the horizon. I know of no other so silent and sudden a change.
That's really annoying. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's probably just some other zone that we're not gonna go to. Watch for chickadee and nighthawks.
One last riddle, brother, and then you can rest. In an inlet of willow, a moment of peace between the steam engine's billow and the honk of the geese. S.
S. I hope that, like, once I run out of wood, it just means the thing will start to degrade everything else. Passive moral support now. Well, you can passively moral support for like another, I don't know, 15 minutes. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be going with this. Maybe I'll play a little bit more. I feel like we're like approaching an end. Maybe. I don't know, I guess, but. Can I actually skate across? If I interact with this boat, is it gonna be like, no. Oh, I really can skate. That's hilarious. Oh my god, this is amazing. Can this be the way this works all the time? I feel like skating across a giant lake like this would be really scary. Like, it just turned winter and you're telling me I'm just gonna skate across? It's very pleasant to look at, probably. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, it's Arrowhead. Fuck yeah.
Every winter, the liquid and trembling
Why did it
surface
stop
of the
me?
pond,
Oh, fuck
which
you.
was so sensitive to every breath and reflected every light and shadow, becomes solid to the depth of a foot or a foot and a half. Like the marmots in the surrounding hills, it closes its eyelids and becomes dormant for 3 months or more.
I actually think this looks really nice for what it's worth. I'm nowhere near where I need to be. Trying to scan the coastline for firewood because I need to grab it. Yeah, you know, it's frozen, but it's kind of, oh, no, it's the perspective, sorry. Might be. Oh, yo, is that chromatic aberration? Oh, shit. The game has changed. No, fucking, god damn it. Stop doing that. That has to be a bug. Is picking up the firewood making him tired? I'm very confused. Stop gasping. Stop actually almost dying. Yeah, the stamina stuff like doesn't do anything for me. It just makes it so, one, the fact that there's a sprint thing. Anytime there's like a sprint button, I'm just like, well, why don't I just travel faster, you know? I should have gone to the house. Fuck. That's a bad play on my part. I was like, this is it, and then we'll go there. And I might not even make it.
Specter of snowstorms and rainstorms.
I don't know where I was going, I'm so sorry. I saw firewood. Okay, so we actually need to do this kind of quickly because I need to run back to the house in case there's a letter of just like, we need to help another friend.
We're at the end of our play, at this fine place to pray, for those who have passed and we who stand fast. Come home when you can, Henry, safe and well. Your loving sister, Sophia.
Sophia. Okay, well, is that actually a call to come home, or is that just like a, hey, do your thing, but then also don't die? I guess that's why they wanted me to have this, like, situation handled. It's really sensitive about when the skate thing happens. An arrowhead disappeared on me. Fuck that. This one gonna disappear on me too?
The first ice is especially interesting and perfect, being hard, dark, and transparent. If you examine it closely the morning after it freezes, you find that the greater part of the bubbles, which at first appeared to be within it, are against its undersurface, and that more are continually rising from the bottom. While the ice is as yet comparatively
can't I
solid
fish?
and dark, that is, you see the water through it.
Transparent? That's what the ladies say about you?
The snow had already covered the ground since the 25th of November, and surrounded me suddenly.
Remember the 25th
I
of
withdrew
November.
yet farther into my shell, and my dwelling was small, and I could hardly entertain an echo in it, but it seemed larger for being a single apartment. At this season, I seldom had a visitor. When the snow lay deepest, no wanderer ventured near my house for a week or fortnight. The mice which haunted my house were not the common ones. One would come out regularly.
They were the
at
disease-ridden
lunchtime and
ones.
pick up the crumbs at my feet. It probably had never seen a man before, and it soon became quite familiar, and would...
Dearest Henry, you are a model of self-reliance. I am overwhelmed
damn
with
it.
admiration, as is my daughter Louisa, who speaks of you often with youthful affection. I write to tell you that your article is in print in Mr. Garrison's Liberator. He tells me it makes him weep with fury.
Weep with fury!
This is payment enough for your troubles. Your
Actual money would be helpful,
A.
but
Bronson Albert.
December 1845. Dearest Henry, how do you fare in these deep months of winter? We worry for your health, never strong. Mother has taken ill, and I worry for you as well. Be sure to make your way home to us for the holidays, as we have some festive offerings just for you. Fa la 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 la. Sophia.
okay, well, we'll do that for food in just a second.
The one who came from farthest
Weep
to my
with
lodge,
Fury sounds
from
like the
deepest
best
snows and
MGS
most
boss.
dismal tempests, was a poet. We made that small house ring with boisterous mirth and resound with the murmur of much sober
Boisterous
talk.
mirth!
Broadway was still and deserted in comparison.
Check out this boisterous mirth! Video games! Now we're gaming. Now this is gaming. Oh my god, that is chromatic aberration. Fuck yeah. Never mind, I'm back on board with this game. Hello. I think you mean source-fed gaming? No, there's not. Is there a Now This Gaming already? Sure. Good thing these function as food. Who would have thought that there's anything that, you know, is a plant and is foodable? Oh, there we go. Fuck yeah. I'm fooded up. I'm a foodie. Dude, fuck yes.
One night, in the beginning of winter, before the pond froze over, about 9 o'clock, I was startled
About
by
9
the loud
o'clock.
honking of a goose, and, stepping to the door, sometimes, notwithstanding the snow, when I returned from my walk at evening, I crossed the deep tracks of a woodchopper leading from my door, and found his pile of whittlings on the hearth, and my house filled with the odor of his pipe.
On the hearth. What about this hair? Don't I need this? Do I not need hairs anymore? No, I don't. I need a minx. You minx. Press and hold B to check your food sources here. Oh, here. They're talking about this.
Every man looks at his woodpile with a kind of affection. I love to have mine before my window.
You want to check out my
and the more
woodpile? You know what I'm
chips, the better
saying?
to remind me of my pleasing work.
This game's gross. So here's the thing. I'm conflicted. I feel like I should stop, but I also feel like I'm right at the end. Like if we played for another hour, I would beat it. He says 4 hours later. I like the idea of just like, I need to cut this wood and then you stop. Just like moments before.
I weathered some merry snowstorms and spent some cheerful winter
Who's merry
evenings by
snowstorms?
my fireside.
Sounds like a sick
while the snow
band name.
whirled wildly without, and even the hooting of the owl was hushed.
Hush, owl. Yo, there's
At
like a
length,
trap
the
door.
winter set in good earnest, and the wind began to howl around the house as if it had not had permission to do so till then.
It didn't.
Night after night, the geese came lumbering in the dark with a clangor and a whistling of wings, even after the ground was covered with snow, some to alight in Walden, and some flying low over the woods bound for Mexico.
By jazz music, do you mean this isn't jazz, Nelson? This is like some weird classical piano shit or something. I think I need a bar to signify this food stuff. Why am I going through food so fast? Stop eating. Hair. What up, hair? Run. I'm gonna spawn in the town, and then I'll walk back out to my place. I feel like you'll appreciate us. You'll find some of this interesting, Nelson, because this happens at a point in time where I am helping slaves escape. So that's kind of like a fascinating. I'm leaving like these weird dead drop of supplies, and they're just like, okay, well, I don't know. I also have a farm here somewhere. Don't worry about that part, but just you know, here's some shit. I need to look up more about the. Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't make it. I need to know more about the world. Yeah, so here's the problem. Do I keep going? Shit. Should I keep going? Fuck. Oh, God. Let me grab this young apple pie. Yo, let me get this young Christmas tree.
Joyeux Noel. I thought you might need some warm clothes for the long winter ahead.
Thank you.
Love. Merry Christmas, Henry. Here are some lovely oranges to sweeten your time in the woods. Love.
Here's
Good
some
tidings
wood.
Of the season, son. Some lamp oil to keep your little cabin bright and warm, Father.
Father. Father, please. Luke Skywalker's a dork.
An article published. Here, let me read it. What magic you work, Henry. Though I'm sure Mr. Emerson had some hand in this, did he not? The fees will be of such help to Father since the factory isn't doing well. And what will John say? His own little brother.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Author,
A fine Christmas to you.
Deadeye.
Come into town to ward off the chill of the woods, have you? I wager your mother has some hot
And then
pie
cue
for
really
you today.
dramatic explosion.
My dear Thoreau, I learned today that your essay is accepted to appear in Graham's magazine. It is likely to be paid for at the usual rate of $12, but I have not heard a word on that yet.
$12,
You may
huh?
need to wait until the article appears before making further inquiries on payment. In the meanwhile, please send me more of the same short subjects as you have them ready, and I will be your agent in further business of this
I will
sort.
be your agent.
Success to you, my friend.
God,
Yours
it's all the way on
greatly.
the fucking south side. South side.
Hello, Henry.
Hello.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I need to save up for the taxes. So, dang, what a struggle. Should I continue? Fuck. What a decision. I can't imagine that there's more left. Although maybe there is, who knows? I should just call it. This is what, Walden, comma, a game.
man is the
and
builder of the temple.
I'm willing to
All
bet
of
that
his
there's not
body.
much more. I think the game
God he
probably ends
worships.
after you finish the
After a
winter.
style
And I don't
purely
even know
his
what that
own.
really means,
Nor
honestly.
can he get off by
That's kind of
hammering
where
marble
I'm
instead.
at right now. I'm going to
We
talk
are
over
all
him because he was
sculptors
rude
and
to me, so I'm
painters,
going to be rude back
and
to
our
him. That's how that
material
works.
is our own flesh and blood and
Own
bones.
flesh
Any
and blood.
nobleness begins at once to refine a man's features, any meanness to imbrute them.
Yeah, I'm just at odds with kind of the gameplay mechanics and whatever the story is supposed to be.
Oh, there you are, Henry. I almost miss seeing you so familiar as your shape there by our hearth. Lydian and I were just saying that we think of you
Lydian?
almost as one of our own family now. So often do we see you here. Be sure you keep some time for your own work now.
I feel
along
like
with
he's
all the
got more
chores
books
my
that he
wife
needs me
lets
to
you
find.
do. I hear the writing is finally going.
Farewell.
Imagine that as like a real human interaction. That'd be very weird. Oh, task. What? I was just there. Find manuscript for Greeley at parents' house? I was just there! Okay, well. Yeah, this is, Walden. I'll finish it off stream, and then we'll talk about it on the show. But I think it's weird. Having problems. I'm trying to figure out what all the game really is. But hopefully it reveals itself once we kind of approach the
Do not
actual
trouble
end of the
yourself
game.
much to get new things, whether clothes or friends. Turn the old, return to them. Things do not change, we change. Sell your public opinion is a
Sell
weak
your
tyrant
clothes and
compared
keep
with
your
our own
thoughts.
private opinion.
Capitalism.
What a man thinks of himself, that is which determines, or rather indicates, his fate.
You have mailed your work.